Hi everybody. Gonna try a swipe today. Using a variety of colors. So because it's a swipe, we don't need as much pillow paint. So I'm not putting down as much as I normally do. I'm going to kind of get it to go out to the edges by just tilting. Good enough. We're going to start with some turquoise blue. I think we will, let's see. I think we'll do the drizzle and swipe. So I'm going to just drizzle some of this down here. Doesn't have to get everywhere because we're going to be using what I think I have 7 colors picked out here. So we don't need to cover the whole thing because once we swipe, we're going to stretch or spin. This is magenta. Just going all over. Next is this little Piggy Latte. It's a pretty pale beige. Looks like a latte, just like the name. Drizzling all over. We're getting there. 4 more to go. This is a metallic purple. It's just something I got off of Amazon. I think the company name is USA Art. Okay. You can see how we're building our colors. We got a lot of colors there and we really didn't use much at all. This is my Quinacridone Nickel Azo Gold by Golden. One of my newer colors that I just love. I know it looks poopy right now, but it's going to be okay. Because that color goes with anything. Next one is this little Piggy Taffy. So as you can see, this color is darker. And I did the order this way because I'm going to put this little Piggy or interference over the top. And the interferences show up better on dark colors. So when I'm laying out my colors and what I'm going to do, I keep that in mind. I keep what goes together well, what doesn't go together well, colors, what needs to be on top of what. I also keep track of what is opaque and what is transparent. So you see that little box I have on there right there? That means that it is opaque. So if I put that color on top of other colors, the other colors are not going to show coming up through there. So I always check my little boxes and make sure that the solid box, which means opaque, is down on the bottom. Now I'll show, and every paint tube has a marking like that on it. So when I create my little cups for the first time, I write the name of the paint, the color, the brand, and whether it's a paint or a pigment. So I have Amsterdam, titanium buff, light, paint, opaque. So I have these all sitting out on a table next to me, and I can, when I go to figure out how I'm going to place my colors, I know that these solid boxes have to go on the bottom. So now we're going to get our cell activator. We are going to use black cell activator. Let me get my swipe tool. So this could be 2 swipes. So I'm going to put my black on. I'm going to get a popsicle stick and kind of smooch it around to the edges. I'm going to do that away from my canvas. So just a minute. Okay, and I'll show you what I got. See, I covered the whole canvas, the tool. So here we go. We're gonna go whoosh, 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 and see the back? Isn't that pretty? Very gentle touch. Very, very gentle. You kind of want to be just floating over the top, so it's barely touching the tile. So we're going to let that come up. Isn't that pretty? We're going to let that come up. We could help it a little. We could blow on it with our turkey baster just a little. We're going to tilt off what we don't like. We're going to see, stuff is popping up here yet. You always end up with more where you start, because that's when the most cell activator is on your tool. Gotta pop them bubbles. Is that a goober? That is a goober. Time to do surgery. There we go. And do we want to modify it? I don't know yet. Let's see what happens here. So I'm going to scrape some of this and get it on my edges, so that when I go to spin, it spins off easier. And it's still brewing. I think we are going to modify it. It needs some pizzazz besides just this. So I don't like. There we go. All right. So let's spin it. Well, no. Let's get some of that white off of there. I don't like that. Good. This, now we gotta get it coming. I hope you can see. Gotta get it coming over this way. And look at how that just, it stretches out and it makes it all better. When those cells stretch and expand, it's really pretty. So I'm trying to get this other corner off here. Oh yes. Now I'm going to take it back. Look how pretty that is. Alright, now we're going to, well, first of all, we're going to get rid of some of this extra paint, or it's going to be all over the place. Whoa, I almost just dropped the whole jar of paint onto here. Thank goodness I caught that. All right, now we're going to spin. So when you're doing swipes, the whole gist behind it is getting it spread out and getting those cells to enlarge. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Looks totally different than what it started out looking like in the beginning. Don't get discouraged when you first do the swipe. It's not going to look all that fabulous, but you're going to move it around and expand it and enlarge it and stretch it or spin it, and look at how pretty that looks. Wow, that's pretty. So I kind of don't like this corner, so I'm going to try to, well, let's just try it by spinning. We're going to move it that way. I want to get that off of there because that's not a particularly flattering part. Yeah, so the swipes, you do something to your, if you do just a straight swipe down the center, do something to your edges to give them interest. Yeah, this is coming off good. You want to tilt it, tilt off the stuff you don't like. So you kind of get to play with the swipes a little bit more than a bloom. Bloom, you really don't do. Okay, that is pretty. I'm going to stop right there. Gorgeous. Let me show you these colors up close. You can see the magenta. Look at the multiple colors inside those cells. Those are called peacock cells. The, where did we go? Okay, the turquoise is really showing up in there. That mixed with the magenta and gave us some different colors. We've got the gold in there, the ore, and the not so much of the purple is showing up, but pretty. So anyway, if you learned something, you enjoyed the video, please subscribe to my channel. Give me a thumbs up on it. If you have any questions or comments, drop them in the comments. And I will see you next time. All right, take care, everybody. Bye-bye.